Whether you're a follower of God or not, giving is a real thing, and it's a natural thing, and it's a law, just like gravity, right? Whether you believe in gravity or not, gravity works. Whether you believe in God or not, tithing works. How you doing? I'm Christian Rasmussen with the Exodus Group, where we lead people to God's promised land. I'm coming at you today with Keeping It Simple, where we take complicated financial matters and make them simple. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we got a great video for you today. Today, I'm here to talk to you about giving. Giving is one of the most important things when it comes to financial freedom and really just living in peace with your finances. The Jewish people in the United States make up about 2% of our population. Now, when you take the Forbes 100 list and see the richest 100 people in the United States, 25% of those are Jewish. And so a lot of people wonder, well, why is that different, right? Why such a drastic change in those numbers? Part of the reason, I believe, is because of giving, right? And their practice of tithing, giving 10% of their income to their local church. And that's a law in this world, whether you believe in Christ or you don't believe in Christ, whether you're a follower of God or not. Giving is a real thing, and it's a natural thing, and it's a law, just like gravity, right? Whether you believe in gravity or not, gravity works. Whether you believe in God or not, tithing works, right? It doesn't matter how you believe. If you tithe, it will work. Now, the difference is if you're a follower of Christ, right, you can have perfect peace in that abundance, right, which is more important than anything, right? Father, give me neither poverty nor riches. Just give me enough and give me your peace. That's really what we're all after. I wasn't raised Christian. I wasn't raised as a giver. It's something I learned as an adult and I developed as an adult. And I've had waves of it where I've given really good and I've been very diligent in my giving, and there's been times that I haven't done that. It's very easy for me to look into my past and see the times that I gave and see the times where there was blessing and favor and peace, and the times where I was stingy with my money and I didn't have that peace. There's also times in my giving where I've become very religious or very pharisaical about it, where I was careful to tithe every single portion of my income, but I wasn't loving others or giving to others the way I should. Part of the reason I struggled giving to the church at some point was because the church I was going to at the time, I saw a lot of their frivolous spending, right? And it bothered me. And I was, giving. I didn't have a lot of money at the time, but I was giving my tithe every single week, and then I'd see him spend $500 on bubble wrap for some youth program or something, and it would bother me, right? That my money was going towards bubble wrap. At that point in my life, I stopped tithing for a little while, and God told me, He said, you don't give and then watch what they're doing with it, right? You give and then you trust me with it. We don't judge the church for what they're doing with the money. We just give out of obedience, and then we allow our leaders to spend as they see fit. Another part when I struggled, when I was a little bit more pharisaical about it, was at one point I was careful to tithe every portion of my income. And my dad called me one time and said, son, he told me some of his financial struggles that he was having at the time. And I didn't have any money to give him. My dad told me he needed money. And then the next day I'm writing a check to the church, leaving undone, right, the more important things of the law, loving others, taking care of my dad. I should have gave to him that day. And had I been diligent with my finances and planned ahead, I would have still had enough to tithe and give on top of that. Jesus said it's important to tithe, yes, but don't leave undone the more important things of the law. And what are those more important things? To love God and to love others, right? So we love first. And Jesus said, do you love me? Do you love me? 3 times Peter said, yes, I love you. But he also said at one point, then do what I say. Just do what I say. If you love me, do what I say. Giving is such an important part of your financial plan, such an important part of your financial peace. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for tuning in.